All right, we'll go ahead and get started. A reminder that there are no recordings during the press conference. Please silence all cell phones and electronic devices and give your name and affiliation whenever you get the mic to ask a question. We're joined by Alabama head coach Patrick Murphy and Alabama players Kayla Beaver, Bailey Dowling, and Jenna Johnson. We'll have an opening statement from Coach Murphy and then go to questions just for players. Players will leave, and then we'll go back to questions for just Coach Murphy. So if you have an opening statement.
Okay, thanks a lot. Hey, I just want to say thanks to all of you for what you do for college softball. If you don't write about us, post about us, televise us, nobody knows what a great sport we have. So you do a great service for us. So thank you to everybody in the room. And then, I just told the team, I tried to think of a good analogy for this group. And, when you watch a show or a TV show, and probably a lot of you have seen Lucille Ball. Maybe not. Maybe nobody has seen it. But there's a scene where they're crushing grapes and they're trying to make wine. And they get to the bottom of the barrel and they have all these grapes they're done. And they have got every single ounce of juice out of those grapes. And that's it. And that is this team. They squeezed every single ounce of being a great teammate, being great leaders, being great reps of the University of Alabama, worked their butts off, and they got here beyond anything that I could ever imagine. And it's been one of the most enjoyable teams to coach in my career.
Questions for players? Okay, we go front row left.
Just for all three of the players, since y'all are seniors, for Jenna and Bailey, your fifth year getting to do it. For Jenna and Kayla getting to do your fifth year here, and then Bailey, just what was it like this season? What are you going to remember about this season, and then getting to finish it here in Oklahoma City?
Well, first I got to give all the glory to God, because He's the only reason I'm standing here today. I want to thank Him for my career, this season. It was a hard season, but man, was it so rewarding. I got to end my career at the World Series. I've been 3 times. I'm just so thankful sitting up here today. The opportunity to play with my sister, the way that this season has taught me so much about faith. I've always had faith in Jesus, but this taught me about faith in people and buying into something that you couldn't see. Because there were some times, and I won't lie to you guys, throughout the season where we were like, what do we do? How do we get everybody together? And we had many team meetings, but we found a way to bring it together, to click at the right time, and now we're at the World Series when nobody chose us, and we're here.
This was the most fulfilling team I think I've ever been a part of in my life. Not one time during the season did we quit on each other, and it got hard. And like Jenna said, we got to points where we didn't know what to do, but we never gave up, and we kept fighting for each other, and we fought to get here when nobody thought we'd get here. And I couldn't be more grateful for God making this my senior year and ending here with these girls.
I think about where I was a year ago, and it's these girls right here and everybody else on this team, this staff. They gave me the love back. I wanted to quit. I didn't want to do it anymore. But they fought for me, and they let me come in, and they made me one of their sisters, and I could not be more proud for what this team has done, what we've accomplished this year. Nobody, and whenever I say nobody, except for us, thought we would be here. And we did it. We proved so many people wrong. We created a legacy for Alabama softball and for girls to come in and look up to. And I just couldn't be more thankful for the coaching staff here for giving me a chance. God put me here. He did. And it was the full circle life moment from a year ago, and getting to be here with this team, it was incredible. And getting to finish my season at the World Series, we're in the A. There's nothing that'll ever beat that.
More questions for players? All right, I think that'll do it for players. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
questions for Coach Murphy? Okay, we go front row left.
Brady Vernon, Softball America. Murph, could you kind of go into what the pitching plan was today and like how long you wanted to ride Kayla and just after that?
About like we did, I think she got through 4 full, right? And they're such a good hitting team. I just think you have to show them different looks. And I think when she left, was it 2-2? And we had full faith in everybody else. The walks hurt us a little bit because they're going to get their hits, but you can't give up freebies. And I don't think we had an error, did we? Which one? Oh, the short one. Okay. So you can't give them anything extra. You can't walk them. And if they get a hit early and then you walk another one, that's just digging a really big hole. So right here.
Okay, sorry.
Just kind of going off that, was bringing in Ailey to face Jocelyn Erickson a matchup thing with the changeup?
Yes, and a couple of our changeups were just got a little high. But she's a great hitter, and she was awesome in the 7th, and actually we had the tying run at the plate in the 6th. As a coach, that's what you ask for. Just give me the tying run up to bat, and let's see what happens. And we had bases loaded, I think, and 1 out. So just maybe 1 hit short there, because I really thought we were going to do it in the bottom of the 7th.
More questions, front row left again.
Coach, the girls, spoke on what this season meant to them, but you tell me what, Team 28 means to you and how you'll remember it.
I think everybody it started with football. And they lost to Texas, and they had a lousy game against South Florida, and then they just kept getting better and better and better. And I love being a spring sport because I get to learn from the fall sports. And then here comes basketball, and they had a couple rough outings, and then they pull it together. And nobody thought that they could get to the Final Four. And Nate Oates takes his team for the first time ever, Alabama basketball, to the Final Four. And I'm looking back thinking, we can do that. We can do the same thing. And any coach that has a rough start or a rough go or whatever, you don't give up on a team. You don't give up on anybody. And you said, you heard them. They did not give up on each other. Nobody quit. Everybody kept working. And it started to kind of reveal itself a little bit. We played better. And then Rhodes magic for regionals. And then, you saw what happened in super regionals. And I thought we played really well down the stretch. And it's a team whose legacy is going to be, they did not give up on each other. They kept working. It doesn't matter what you do, regular season. You get a whole new start, and you can start fresh. And I think they proved to everybody that, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. A great lesson for a lot of teams.
More questions? Okay, we'll go front row left again.
This was the first season being able to have the third assistant, kind of having a dedicated hitting coach. You talked in the past about maybe having too many cooks in the kitchen in that regard. Kind of what differences did you see this year offensively with having a dedicated hitting coach?
I think it was a good relationship building year because, somebody knew. And, at the end of the game, I think we had 5 sophomores in the lineup. So we're a young team still. And the more that they learn from him, he learns from them, the relationship, because you cannot automate a relationship. You can go to Panera and it's automated order. You cannot automate relationships. So you cannot do that. So it's going to start one-on-one. And I thought he did a good job of that early in the fall, but it's just, you got to build that trust with a hitter because everybody's different. Their approaches are different, their mental games are different, and you got to learn. We had 16, so he's got to learn 16 different people, different personalities, what makes them go. You got to learn what motivates them, and that's just going to keep getting better and better and better.
Any more questions? Okay, we'll go front row left again.
Could you kind of go into what Kayla and Jocelyn's relationship was this year and how Jocelyn can continue on her career with the advice she got from Kayla.
Well, Beaver, you saw that she has this big personality and she's got a big heart, and she's like that in the bullpen. So everybody got to see what she did on a daily basis. And we did have 6, but Lauren Essman had a pec injury, so she didn't get to pitch for the last 3 months, really. And so we had 5 pitchers on a daily basis in the bullpen. And, Beaver's love for the school just shined brightly every single day. I mean, you saw that she just loved Alabama. And it's really fresh to see that on a kid who's, it's her 5th year. And we could have senioritis, which senioritis is, I'm done with softball. I'm tired. I know I have a job. I'm going to get married. I want to be done with this. And not one of those 9 seniors did that, including her. And I think that's kind of what propelled us as well late in the season.
Any more questions? All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot, you guys. I hope to see you next year.